All right, we have one last testimonial, and then we have a special performance for you. This is going to be very exciting. I can't wait. They come to us from the new center of the universe in Canada, Howard and Judith Cobb from Calgary. Hello there, welcome.
Finally got it right about
Finally, yes. You okay with that? Is that good?
It just fell off. So
You're good. That's good. Yeah, here.
Can you hear me?
Let me clip that on. Let me clip that on here. It's actually backwards. There we go.
He's usually micing me for our videos. So.
Oh, is he? All right, because I'm very good with the microphones. I went mic work everything. So
Exactly, you could.
Howard Cobb. All right. Thank you very much for being here, both of you. Calgary is a market that's on fire right now, certainly from the oil, and the real estate market is crazy. Does that impact your business in Calgary?
No, we just work with sick people.
Well, that's probably more...
Doesn't matter whether they're coming in for oil or whatever, they come in.
Now, how long have you been associated with Nature Sunshine?
Forever.
It seems like it.
You started using the herbs.
Mid-70s, 76 approximately is when I started. My mother started, most of you know my mother, and she started me on them as a guinea pig, and been using them ever since.
And look at you.
Yeah, I know.
He's 83 years old
exactly.
today, ladies and gentlemen. And So you have a long history. Judith, how about you? Do you also, or he actually brought you in? Howard brought you in?
He brought me into it when we were dating. He introduced me to the herbs in 1979.
Mm-hmm.
And then after we got married, it was the right thing to do for us to start being involved with the business.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, when you're dating, back then, most people were introducing their dates to Smirnoff and Captain Morgan. But you, Howard...
I was cool.
You were...
I was cool.
Eugene, we have a new cool up here now. This is brand new. Let me ask you about when you started then. Now, let's go way back. Did you think about this as being what you were going to do with as a career? Or talk about the early days.
A little bit on some level, because we knew when we got married that we were going to have a large family. And are our slides up? We need our slides. You're going to be introduced to some of our children in order of birth. This is number one son. And we knew we wanted a large family. Okay, I'm going to get Terry here. He always carries tissue for me. He's a sweetheart. And I knew I never, ever wanted to work outside the home. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I never, ever wanted my children to see a daycare. And so the beauty of having Nature Sunshine and having learned some skills to be a practitioner was that I could schedule my work around my children's schedules, and my children could be at my feet while I was working with clients. And I told clients when they would call to book appointments, my baby will be with us. If that's a problem for you, I'll refer you to somebody else.
Wow.
And usually they would say, no, I'll come in as long as I get to hold your baby. And it was great. That works for us.
Now, who's this young man with the beard?
That was my first husband.
And the nice, is that red hair? Flame red hair?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
The 80s, what were we thinking?
Let's go back to that family shot, can we? Where's that family? Look at that. So that's three of them. And
That's the first three.
That's the first, how many do you have?
We have 7.
Oh, for God's sakes.
We have 7.
Howard.
When you're good at something, you should go after it.
What herbs are you taking? I want to know, Howard.
You have to buy the book to know that.
Oh, yeah. So the business, really, your priority was that you wanted to have a family.
Absolutely.
But you also wanted to have a career, an income. You wanted to help people. This business allowed you to do that.
Absolutely. It gave us the opportunities for me to study on my own schedule, to book clients on my own schedule, to teach classes on my own schedule. Mm-hmm. I even taught classes where I would take my baby with me. Mm-hmm. Not this baby, my infant baby.
The real baby, yeah. Now, are there more pictures?
Oh, there are more.
Well, let's go through, because I got to see Howard in another outfit. Come on. Oh, boy.
That's first daughter, child number 5 was our first daughter.
How do you know that?
I was there, remember?
I can't hold up. There we go.
And that's the last one?
No, this is number 6. And this is number 7. She is now 8 years old.
Oh my God.
And this is all of us last year. But this is all of us with our 2 daughters-in-law and our 2 grandbabies as well.
Man, oh man, oh man.
I couldn't have done this if I had finished my university degree. I was going to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
You just simply can't have a family life and a full-time job, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. And do both of them well.
Do both of them well.
Yeah.
And so for us, the Nature Sunshine, we may not be the biggest distributors in the business. We're probably some of the longest-lived distributors in the business because of how long we've been at it.
I was going to say, that was more the story of my hairline than anything else.
I didn't want to touch that, Howard, but now that you brought it up.
My kids used to say, Dad, you have a 4 head. Now they say you got a 7 head. So. Is there herbs for that?
I think so.
We'll talk later, Derek.
Talk to Spence. He's always boiling up something. You're really having trouble with this, Howard.
I think we forgot to pay the gravity bill.
Hold on. Let's just put it right there.
There we go.
Now, don't touch it.
Can you hear me? I'm not moving.
That's it with the photos?
That's the last
Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you about was Nature Sunshine allowed you to have the freedom to have a business, to raise your family, to be close to your family. That was important to you.
Absolutely.
And so you could work on your own terms. Essentially, you were your own boss. Yet you built a business. The other aspect of that was the products themselves.
Yes.
As you raise 7 children, there's going to be sicknesses, illnesses. You have 7 times more probability of getting sick than somebody with 1 child. It's
Absolutely.
just basic statistics. Tell us your story with Nature Sunshine product-wise.
None of our children have ever been immunized. None have ever been hospitalized for an infection or of any sort. We have had 2 earaches in our entire parenthood. We've never had any ear infections with our children. We know so much about nutrition and health that we simply take care of our children. The kids have been to emergency wards for broken bones, but there's no herb to prevent stupidity, you know. So, when they parachute off the swing and land on their arm, they're going to do something, and there's just no 2 ways about it. But, they've been generally very well. Any health concern they've had, we've been able to address on our own, naturally. We have children who, yes, were born in a hospital totally naturally, who after a 3-week baby checkup have never seen a doctor again. You know, and you can do it if you know what to do.
Do they eat a lot of sugar?
I'm going to answer that in 2 ways. When they're young and they have no money of their own, no, they don't get a lot of sugar. When they start having money of their own and a bit of freedom, I am quite appalled at what I find under their beds. But it's interesting because they all know that what they're doing, they're going to pay a price for.
They're aware of it.
When they're 16, you have to let them do that kind of stuff and pay the price with acne or whatever. And then suddenly, when they've want to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and their face looks like a pizza, they're coming to me saying, but Mom, what can I do? Well, it's going to hurt. You got to give up the sugar.
Yeah. What's the one piece of advice? Because you've obviously really found a way of making Nature Sunshine work for what you wanted it to work for, which is a great story. What's the one piece of advice you would give to someone listening out there?
My advice is, as long as you know even a little bit more than the person you're helping, you can be of benefit to them. As you're starting out in this business, you may not have diplomas and fancy pieces of paper and certificates hanging on the wall, but if you know one bit more than they know already, and it's a piece of information that they need, you can help them and you can begin building your business with that piece of information.
Sometimes we get overwhelmed with all of the knowledge available and the thick volumes that you think you need to know. You don't need to know. That's great advice. Just know a little bit more than they do and pass on that advice. Absolutely. Judith, Howard, thank you so much for being here. Nice story. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful family.